Buddy, what happened to your boat here?
Hang on, let's pull the weeds.
1 week and you already got grass and weeds growing in your boat?
It seems so, man.
So we just took like a 15-mile dirt road. We're off in the middle of nowhere in the Everglades right now, Scott and I. About to explain what we're doing today, but we just hopped out of the car and this is ridiculous. These roads are not kind to your rig at all. Even your car.
People ask me why I never clean my car, and this is the reason.
It's all still so wet. All right, so what am I doing in Miami, Florida? What are Scott and I doing today in the Everglades? We just got back from our 6-day trip to Colombia. We flew back from Medellin last night. We landed around 5 p.m., chilled a little bit. I was going to go home last night, but we got this idea. I'm gonna go home tonight to Chicago. We're going to try to film an epic, unreal topwater bite today in the Everglades. We're in a canal where there's not a bunch of big fish, but there's just fish everywhere, right, Scott? When you take clients here, how many fish a day do people typically expect?
I'd say like we average somewhere around 100 fish.
100 largemouth bass, primarily on topwater and swim baits usually, in the Everglades here. That's what makes this area so special. I mean, we don't have self-service. We're literally in the middle of nowhere in the Everglades. And one of the big reasons I'm so excited is that I rented this big long-range lens for our trip to Colombia, and the tunas and sailfish just never worked out very well, but I have that long-range lens still. We're gonna try to capture some of the most epic topwater bites that I have ever filmed in my life. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm also going to be using a bait or two from my mystery tackle box from this month. So we're gonna open that up, use some of those baits. We're keeping it very simple today. We were bringing, what, 2 rods or 3 rods? One an extra. We're gonna be throwing topwaters all day. We're committing. Or maybe a big easy tube, which a swim bait like that's basically topwater still. All right, let's get this baby launched. All right, so we just started our day of fishing. This canal is like the most wildlife I've ever seen in my entire life. There's giant gators absolutely everywhere. There's literally 7 right there. Right when we stopped, there's 7. They're crossing the canal all over the place. Scott hits alligators sometimes with his boat just because it's inevitable. You're just driving down these canals dodging them, but there's fish everywhere, there's birds everywhere. This is a very cool environment. I've actually never gotten to fish the Everglades ever in my life before. The reason we wanted to come here is because we topwater fished for 3 days straight in Colombia, and to say we struggled was a little bit of an understatement given the conditions and the fish we were fishing for. So we wanted to come here just to be able to set the hook and catch a lot of fish. But what I'm going to be using today, first off, whenever you're in South Florida or Florida in general, you got to roll with the Publix deli subs. That is a power move every day of the week. But we also have the Mystery Tackle Box Pro for this month, just to show you guys quickly what is in it, because this is the bait that I'm going to be focusing on. We got a beautiful I'm a topwater, and Scott's already got a bass. Is this an average size for this canal?
Is right around the average, yeah. I mean, they're not tiny.
No.
But they're not big either.
It's nice to just set the hook sometimes, dude.
Definitely.
So I expect this I'm a pencil popper to be catching a lot of these guys today. Then what else is in this box? This is really cool, actually. We got a midnight chatterbait. It's specifically designed for night fishing by Z-Man, and it's exclusive to Mystery Tackle Box. That is very cool right there. You have a 1/2 ounce standing football jig. It's a true stand-up jig, and it's patented. So that means it's dynamite deadly. You have a flickety split. I like the name Catchco. It's a flick shake hook that comes in 1/8 of an ounce. I'm assuming you use that with these Catchco Pro Series worms right here. We got a nice bubblegum cotton candy type color right there. We have some cream. These are called Real Screamers. These are just a bunch of paddle tail swim baits in here. And then to top it all off, you got some defishing soap, which, Scott, we might use today because we catch so many fish, right? Haha! So that is what is in the box for this month. It is a beautiful box. Oh, also, I didn't even see this. We have a Strike Pro jerkbait, a suspending jerkbait right here. Dude, he's squaring us up right now. I'm usually not uncomfortable with gators, but this guy is...
There's a lot of uncomfortable gators in this canal.
I wouldn't mind if you popped the trolling motor a little bit right now. But, oh look, there's another one right there. So it's not like we're... And there's one right next to your popper.
Yeah.
Dude, are we in a gator exhibit right now? We've gotten that point across. There's a lot of gators. I'm gonna tie on this IMA, and we're gonna get to work.
Oh,
on already.
Get out of here, alligator.
Another thing I wanted to address, since we're talking about Mystery Tackle Box, They have these species shirts back in stock right now. I know you guys love the smallmouth bass shirt. They have a bunch of other ones too. This species right here is the largemouth bass. Since Scott's already caught like 3 in 3 minutes. You weren't lying about this spot at all.
No, I was not.
But what I was saying, Mystery Tackle Box has these species shirts back in stock. You can go to the website and buy one if you are interested. And also, if you've never tried Mystery Tackle Box yet, you can use my code, CHRAS, all caps, just Chris, for $10 off your first box. Ain't that right, Scott? Once we get the groove in, the type of structure they're holding to, I'm going to whip out this guy right here and try to get some slow-mo blow-ups because I have no idea how the hell to work this lens. We need to catch some fish first. Wow, I actually love this popper.
I do too.
This might be one of my favorite lures I've ever gotten in a Mystery Tackle Box. Oh, there we go.
Work it slow though.
Work it slow. I already got blown up.
Yeah, these fish like pauses. They're gonna eat it completely dead still. They will eat spooks, don't get me wrong.
Well, we went from throwing 2-ounce poppers for Kubera snapper and roosterfish with way too big of rods and reels and giant waves to the calmest water ever. This is nice right now.
It's refreshing.
This is very refreshing.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh. That bass, the gator just ate your bass?
No,
You're kidding me.
no. I'm just hoping he lets go.
No, he's hooked.
He's not hooked.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they don't, these hooks don't dig into their mouths. Look.
Oh my.
Oh.
This has to be a rare thing, right?
It's not uncommon.
No.
It's not common either. There you go.
You let go?
You don't yank back, you don't set the hook, you just wait for him to shake and eventually it comes out. The thing is, these blow-ups are nice. They're hitting the chug bug hard. There you go. That's a gar.
It's a gar?
Yeah.
We got a double at least. Oh wow, it's a baby gar.
Oh, I'm back to my Columbia fork.
What's that? Snagging him in the back?
The thing is, you can tell he ate it. Like, look where the hook sits.
Oh yeah, he just exploded on it. Peace, buddy.
There you go. Nice little double action.
Oh, I almost did. That's a little nicer one.
A little better.
It's a 2-pounder.
Dude, that might be eggs. Feel that.
I don't know what eggs feel like.
So with food, it feels like rock. It's eggs. With food, it's rock solid. With eggs, it feels like it can give. Like it feels like you can kind of push around with it.
That fish is not spawned yet,
That
you're
fish
saying.
is. I don't think that fish is spawned.
But it's the middle of May in Florida.
It just doesn't look. I mean, it doesn't look like food, dude. That's a fish. Let me double up right behind. Oh,
They do want it
let's do
slower.
that.
They do want it slower. I think I was
want it
working it
really
too fast. Thank you, I'm a pencil popper. I'm gonna get a couple more out of my system, and while it's cloudy like this, I gotta shoot your blow up, Scott.
You do?
Especially because you're getting one every freaking cast. And I'm on! Oh, it's a cichlid.
First Oscar ever?
First, no, I've caught an Oscar before. In the canals, my Everglades canals with John.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
I have to film you, dude.
got pooped on, dude.
I have to film you.
Oh, that was epic. Do you get all the topwater blow-ups you want? You should break out a chug bug. There you go. Oh, you got 2 Oscars.
No way, dude. I caught 2 fish on 1 lure. I'm not kidding.
An Oscar, a largemouth. We got a triple up, dude.
That is the... This is the first time I've ever done that.
A multi-species double up's pretty unique. That's not too common.
The Everglades, man. just sat down and filmed Scott for probably like 45 minutes, and a big rainstorm blew through. Air got a little colder, and honestly, the topwater bite pretty much, it didn't shut down, but it got
It's a lot
10 times worse.
We're not catching fish every single cast anymore.
And that's a problem in the Everglades?
Yeah, it's... There we go. That was cool.
Dude, the bait was just sitting there.
Oh, that's a nice one, dude.
The bait was absolutely sitting there for the whole time.
Just pause, right?
Yeah, they do like the paws. These fish are so warm. Big fans of the paws. I think you're right, dude. They are just beat up on the underside because they're spawning. Tell my buddy to live. Thanks, buddy.
You're rolling all this, right?
Oh, I'm rolling. Do you think they're on beds on the shore? That's why they're doing that?
They might be, honestly, dude. There's so many fish in here. I'm sure they're all taking turns spawning.
Middle of May and like almost 80-degree water. It's very weird that they would be on beds. Did you just catch another?
Well, that depends on what you define as another.
That's another sunfish. Weather's a lot nicer now for filming, so Scott, I'm gonna get back in the camera. Oh, dude, they are on again. Oh. Topwater bite in the Glades is on. I think the topwater bite in the Glades is always on though.
Yeah, it's usually on.
So we just switched spots. It's lunchtime for me. I got the Cliffy. Scott's got the Publix sub. Can you please explain to people what the power move is at Publix?
Power move at Publix is to get a chicken tender sub. You can get whatever you want, but these things are like 3 pounds, and they definitely get you through a long day of fishing. Or in our case today, a 2.5 hour day of fishing.
Yeah. You've probably caught like 40 fish.
Caught a lot of fish.
This type of fishing is like, it's so incredibly unique. Scott, you said it's probably the best numbers plays in the whole United States, right?
Can you think of a better spot?
I really can't. Scott takes a lot of his clients here that are kind of new to fishing, just want to catch some numbers, get used to it.
Like Chris.
Yeah, just like me. I thought you just said my name. Just like me. See that brutal cast?
It's a good place for you to get dialed in.
Scott's just trying to help me catch my first largemouth bass. Ooh. Not only that, it's easy casting. You're not going to break off on anything. There's no big waves. It's perfect for beginners. It really is like the beginner central.
Tell me you're recording that one.
I don't even know what the hell happened there.
Wow.
I was making a joke of like a tennis serve, like, ha! That was good. What does Rob say? Going pro in 2024? We're trying, Scott. This is why you took me to the beginner canal. I want to just blame the reel and say the reel closed on its own, but I'd have to assume I did something there. You're catching them all over the place with that jerkbait.
They want a jerkbait. They want a popper. They would eat Senkos, but they're not really going for the spook yet.
We're both going very ballsy. Braid, treble hooks, and really hot water and soft mouths. Braid and treble hooks typically aren't a problem when the water's really cold. Like when the water's in the 40s and 50s and even colder. But when the water's almost 80 or is 80, their mouths are so soft that you can rip baits out of their mouths so easily.
You know you got to do that?
What do you got to do, Scott?
You got to go light on the drag.
Just like the rooster fish. Just like the sailfish.
Feel my drag.
There's one. They do like them.
They
They like them all right. Why do we keep fishing baits with 3 rows of treble hooks for 12 inchers? All right, we got them out. Scott said he just, what was that, like a 5-6 pounder?
Probably like a 6.
Lost them right at the boat. So there are bigger fish here. They do exist.
There's not a lot of them.
It is Florida. I'd be very concerned if there wasn't. There's got to be big females in here.
There are. That's not a bad one.
This is not a bad one.
They're growing, dude. Straight up.
Oh! Ow! Please don't tell me that's bad.
Oh. You're good. You're fine.
Oh. It was just more the impact. Did he flop his way in on his own?
Yeah, he did.
That bait hit my arm.
Flop back out?
Yeah, I don't see him in the boat.
He's out.
That fish just crushed my arm. And with 3 sets of sticky trebles, that's not a good feeling.
On that fitting note, we are leaving.
What'd you say on that fitting note? Did you just catch an Oscar? Oh my word, let me see that thing.
It's time to go.
Just so you know, it's time to go.
Time to go.
It's getting a little late. I gotta get to the airport, and Scott's sick of catching small fish in the Everglades. The Everglades is not just small fishing, guys. We need to make that very clear. It's just this specific canal is just full of fish, but most of them are small, right?
Yeah, this is probably the smallest fish out of all the places we fish, but it also has the most ridiculous amount of action, so
it's a trade-off.
you get some of those guys, but we filmed some really cool stuff today, and that's kind of what we were out here to do.
The long range was definitely in use because it didn't get used all that much in Colombia, unfortunately. Didn't get to capture tuna very much, but we got some 1 pound largemouth.